A former number one, ladies and gentlemen. Number one record in the big charts. Gareth Gates, and he joins me now. Hello.
Hi there, how are you?
I'm very well. You look very well.
It's fake.
Well, it's working.
Is
it's
it?
working. On this
Perfect.
grey day, it's working.
That's all that matters then.
You're a busy man, Gareth Gates.
I am very busy. I've been up in Leeds the past week. I've just started rehearsals for a brand new musical called Loserville, and I darted down last night on the train to be here.
Well, thank you very much for making the effort.
No, thank you for having me.
Because, well, you're here to tell us about two things. You're here to tell us about Loserville. We'll talk about that in a minute. But first, let's flag up this one-off show you're doing at the New Wimbledon Theatre.
That's right. I'm doing a show called Momentous Musicals, and it's on the 19th of July. And basically it's to celebrate the work of the best musicals written. And, you know, some of the ones that I've been in, like Les Mis and Joseph, and, you know, some ones that I'd maybe like to be in, like Wicked or, Phantom. So these great songs, we're making a show for one night only. Me and I think 3 other fairly big West End names. So.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, that'll be a beautiful evening.
Yeah.
Yep. Because musicals kind of are your thing now.
Yes, who'd have thought? Well, I've always loved musical theatre, something that I've always wanted to get into eventually.
Had you done any musical theatre before Idol?
Bits and bats, yes. I trained opera, actually, which served me well for when I did Les Mis, and so yeah, and you know, again, something I'd always wanted to do, and I was given the opportunity for the first time with Joseph, and then, you know, once I did that, I got the bug for theatre.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Because it is that thing in Joseph. I mean, Joseph was kind of a perfect fit because they'd kind of got the precedent of a pop star going in and being Joseph. So was it a much bigger challenge than doing something like Les Mis?
Well, yeah, sure. And I'd never trained as an actor. And so... You know, I think mainly because of my speech and not being able to speak at all as a child, I'd avoid it at all costs. And so, you know, Les Mis, although it's all sung, it still required me to really be able to act. And we created a brand new Les Mis show. It was to celebrate the 25th anniversary of Les Mis. So I literally had to train on the job and learn on the job, which was a fantastic experience. From then... has resulted in me just wanting to do more acting. And now that my speech is of a level which allows me to do that, it's opened up much more doors.
And is Loserville sung through, or other scenes?
No, Loserville actually is... I sing very little. I mean, I have a few bits and bats that I sing, but it's mainly for me a spoken play. And so... that fills me with terror at times. Yet... you know, it's a great challenge, and for the first time, I'm playing a baddie.
Ooh.
I'm the
you're dark. You're dark.
Bully.
Yes.
I'm very dark. And for the first time, yeah, I'm playing a baddie. Boo.
Some of your fans will be very upset that you're playing a baddie.
Yes, I know.
And I've interviewed quite a few actors who had speech problems, and that's how they ended up doing drama, because they found it useful to learn lines.
Well, it's funny, once you're on the stage and once you've put the work in and you've learnt the script, you've practiced it and ran it over and over, and you adopt this different persona. So in Loserville, I'll be playing Eddie, so I'm not Gareth Gates on the stage. I'm Eddie. And that often just helps because you're in character, and you can, in a theatre, you can be sort of over the top and very loud and project your voice. And so all those elements, I think, just help. And it's a great release for me. In the past, music was my only release because I couldn't speak, so I'd play my instruments or sing as a way of getting out of me what was in me. Yeah. And now acting's sort of like that. It's great.
And this is the first new musical you've ever done?
Well, as I said, I did the brand new version of Les Mis.
Oh, I see.
Yes, it's the first ever brand new musical. No one's ever heard it. And
so that must be
that's
exciting.
Yeah,
to create something like that.
Yeah, massively. I mean, there's still big shows that I'd like to do in the West End. However, it's even more exciting for me to create a brand new show.
And it's opening at West Yorkshire Playhouse in Leeds. It's from June the 18th to July 14th.
That's right. I'm home. I'm from Bradford, so I'm living at home. Whilst I'm there, which is lovely. My mum makes me a pat lunch every morning. It's great, and it's lovely to be back in Yorkshire for these next sort of 9 weeks.
And it's exciting because it's a brand new British musical. There aren't not many new British musicals get produced.
That's right. It's written by a great playwright called Elliot Davis and James Bourne, who was in Busted, actually.
Oh, yeah.
He's now gone on to be a fantastic writer, written for some huge artists all around the world, and this is his first venture into musical theatre too. So,
but the whole show is based on an album, is that right?
Yeah, James, after Busted, went into or created a band called the Son of Dork, and it's based upon their first album, and so Elliot has obviously listened to the album and wrote a story around the album, and it's very, very clever. Yeah, I'm very, very excited about it.
And what's the word on the street? Do you think, will it have a life beyond the West Yorkshire Playhouse?
Well, hopefully, who knows? Who knows? It might make the West End. Who knows? Let's see.
I know, it is a weird thing, isn't it, with a musical? You just don't know what will hit and what will miss.
That's
Yeah.
right. However, the West Yorkshire Playhouse is known for new musicals, and, they only ever stage great productions, and so, we feel very, very lucky that it's there.
Listen, we asked you to choose a track, and you've chosen a goodie.
I have. The track I've chosen is This Is the Last Time by Keane. My favourite era of music. I was born in 84, so I can't remember the 80s, but the 80s for me and early 70s...
I've stopped listening now. I've drifted off, yeah. Boring!
Late 70s, early 80s, I just love that style of music. And there's been no band sort of since then, apart from Keane, which have really gripped me like that. And this is a track from their first album, Hopes and Fears, and it's This Is the Last Time.
And there goes Keane. This is the last time. And of course, Keane did a concert for Radio 2, and it's on the homepage, bbc.co.uk/Radio 2, and you can listen to it again there. Right, Gareth Gates is my guest. We've got lots of emails and texts in. This is Carol of the Pro Boards Forum.
Okay.
Says, lovely to listen to Gareth talking on your show right now. Please send him my love and say he's doing great.
I know Carol quite well, and she's a lovely woman.
All right, well, I won't pry. I'm looking forward to your chat with Gareth Gates today. I saw him at a special one-off concert of the Children of Eden music. Oh, yes.
Oh, that's right. I did that concert not so long ago, actually. It's been a while since it's been staged here, and so it was great music. It's the same writer as Wicked, Stephen Schwartz, so it was wonderful to be a part of that.
I'm looking forward to hearing from Gareth soon. Well, he's on right now, actually, Sarah. I think she sent us a while ago, yeah. When's Gareth on? That's him. I saw the documentary he did a couple of months ago and was very impressed. And please find out when he's doing more singing. I love his voice. Well, we've established when he's doing more singing. Yeah, there was a big response. I guess she's talking about the BBC Three show you did.
Yes, I did a show called Stop My Stutter, and I'm part of a speech therapy program called the Maguire program, and we had 5 out-of-control stammerers who came on the program, and I taught them how to gain control of their speech, and it's had a fantastic response from general public and from stammerers themselves. And so as much as I can do to try and help stammerers. I mean, at school it was quite hard for me because There was no one in the public eye who had a stammer. There's no one at school that had a stammer, and so it was a very lonely place. And so, I certainly try and raise the awareness of stammering.
And I suppose in people's heads, people think of stammering as a bit of a stutter or something, but actually stammering it can be much more severe than that.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it changes your life. It affects what you do in life. Most stammerers end up with jobs that require them to just sit behind a computer all day, simply because it means that they don't have to speak to anybody. And, ordering drinks in a bar, you'd order a drink that you can say as opposed to a drink that you want, Small things like that is quite hard. And, when I was young, I wasn't able to say my own name, Gareth, and so I'd call myself something different, like my middle name, Paul or Michael. And so I'm sure there were hundreds and hundreds of people when I went on Pop Idol. This is Gareth Gates. They're like, wait a minute, that's not Gareth. His name's Michael. And so, things like that are quite, funny now looking back, but at the time, soul-destroying,
And what is it like for you when you find yourself in the company of, say, 5 people with severe stammers? Does it affect you?
No, it actually makes me stronger. And in that environment, I was their teacher. And so, I've got a speech coach here now, Chris, and he...
Hello, Chris.
Hello, he's waving.
He doesn't speak.
He isn't able to speak.
He just coaches. He's very good at coaching. Yeah.
He has a stammer as well. And so on the programme, we all help each other. And so when I'm in Chris's position where I'm helping somebody else, my speech is stronger,
Okay, let's go back to some emails here. My granddaughter, Katie Pullen, loves Gareth. She's working at Bradford Royal today, so I'm recording the show for her. Could you say hi to Gareth from Katie? She's been a loyal fan for years. That's from Katie's grandmother.
Oh,
what a lovely grandmother.
Thank you.
Aw, she'll love that when she listens to Play Again.
Exactly.
Excited. Joe says, he is a revelation, this is you, Gareth, is a revelation in a good way in musicals. Well, I'll give you a revelation in a bad way.
Well, it's that age-old thing. People within theatre and theatre lovers, they think that a name or a face, won't be any good in theatre, and there's lots of names and faces out there which, haven't done the best job for theatre. However, it's something I love and it's something I trained to do when I was younger, and so I shock a fair few people, I think, at times. Oh, wait a minute, he actually can sing and he's all right at acting.
Well, listen, people can enjoy you a lot because you're starring in this new British musical, Loserville, written by Elliot Davis and James Bourne. That's at the West Yorkshire Playhouse Leeds from June the 18th to July the 14th. And, of course, Momentous Musicals is a one-off at the New Wimbledon Theatre on Thursday, July 19th. Thank you very much for coming in to see us.
Thank you for having me. It's lovely to see you again.
All right.
Jesus, I almost started stammering at the end there.
It's done. You're out of here. Here's Kelly Clarkson.